Let's get started. Okay, so Friday, Thursday, let's review what happened, right? We always do that. So on Thursday, I said 6142 is a key level. If we cannot get over that, then it's going to be bearish. Downside target 6100, 6106 to 6100. And actually, we hit that and then bounced all the way back. We dropped down to 6102 and then went back all the way to 6142. And from my wave indicator on Thursday, seeing the wave 5 down is coming with downside targets 60 95, 60, 87 area, somewhere in this area. But then NQ was pushing really fast actually on Friday morning. Let's look at a smaller time frame first, maybe 5 minutes. So Friday, when we were on the Discord, I said 224.25 was the last week high, and then 22235 was the Thursday high. So when ES was at the critical resistance, and NQ actually was at the same way, but they were pushing for like higher, right? But then sharp reversal down. And if you use 5 minutes, that's your entry, short entry, right? But I got in, I have limit order in already. And yes, couldn't. Very sharp rejection, right? So you could have shorted ES or NQ with only 2-3 point stop loss. But the drop was really more than I expected, but it's always overshooting. It really is. So where are we? I want to say I spend a lot of time on NQES to see. So I don't usually use 50 or use moving averages, but today I made an exception. So on Friday, I said if we drop below last week, because this week is clearly outside week, right? The price already went above this week high. Drop below this, most likely we're gonna retest the low. However, NQ is as daily support. Like if you, this is SMA, but if you put the EMA, 50 EMA actually is hitting it. And SPY the same too. And I'm not super bearish at this point. And the reason is because here is a December drop and then January low. And we have another like whole consolidation here. So I'm not super bearish yet. And so far, this is like really, if you look at this last big low at 50 SMA serving as support. So we have one, we should have a two up and then come back down. Come back down, I think most likely we could go lower than this. That's broad information, right? Broad information. So I'm thinking we're going to come down to fill this gap at 584. That would be like a wave 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5. 5 probably going to be somewhere here. And then we can probably go long again. That'll be the whole move, maybe weekly 1, 2 up and then 3 down. Eventually, I'm seeing later this year somewhere much lower. It will be either near like 200. If you say 200, if this moving higher or spend more time consolidating, your 200 will go higher too, right? So could be somewhere near 567, but I'm seeing more like this level. That's where the level coming from. And so now 15 minutes already printed, wave 4, but there's not much resistance here. So if Europe is strong, uh, by the way, German conservative won the election, so I don't know whether that would help the market. But the major resistance really near 6092. And the reason why is that because here the trend line was resistance, right? And then break out. Now is so I'm watching this area would be the major resistance here. And can we go over there overnight? There is a possibility. There's really no particular bad news, but then two events are important. NVIDIA earning on Wednesday. Before that, we definitely would have a retest low already. And Friday PCE, actually, I'm bullish on Friday PCE, because CPI PPI is not so bad. And then we have unemployment claim. There is no really new report, so I think that number it should not be get market too excited. So far, if market come back up here, you could like seeking to short. It should not be go above this. However, if PCE number is really good, I'm still seeing this. And I know a lot of people are calling 5,400, 4,000 again, but in reality, this the last impulse move on 30 minutes. It did not really break. I mean, we went all the way back down. Yes, 100% retracement, but the pivot low is still holding at this point, right? So can we go all the way up and break to this level? Yeah, possible. Anything is possible. So, but if really ES comes to this level, I am gonna short the market, right? So two places I'm looking for shorting. One is the 6,100 area. So 6,100 area, it depending how the price movement, right? If you come here, rally, base, rally, then it's not a time to short. But however, if you come back rally, base, drop, then that may be a perfect place to short. So it really depending on, at this point, anything is possible. So anyways, NQ, NQ actually is really not that bad. NQ, this. I'm gonna copy paste my chart. Okay. This is on my other screen, so on my trading screen. So here, really, you have 50 EMA and then trendline support. That's why I'm not super bearish on NQ. And that's our first demand zone. If you look at our 240 minutes chart or 60-minute chart, let's say 240. I may actually close that one with demand zone. Yeah, but running. Okay, here. So that's the first demand zone. And the second demand zone, we had really strong buyers step in. Crash tested this level twice and huge rejection. So I think there is an unfilled order sitting here, liquidity. That's why I have buying order sitting here. Limit buying order. If we do have wave 4 down, and Q should have the same thing. Like 1, 2, I mean, ideally, I would like to see this Q come to 1, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. So in that case, we could very well come back down to this area, possible. But I personally don't believe it's time to drop down to here yet. Are are we going to eventually? I think wave three down maybe 1, 2, wave three down like 5, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very possible. So that's what I'm thinking. And this is the 240-minute chart. We just had to break out. But this candle is so big, so we call it mother bar issue. So the first resistance really is somewhere 21,900 area. And then 21,950 definitely is strong resistance. So we did a little bit long NQ, and the reason why, so before market open, I was working on chart, and you can see, bid and ask, it was already like 21,685. That would be a gap up. So I know you could set your buying order at 21 like 685. It really just went immediately, and we could potentially go all the way to 21,950 before the next leg down. Very, very possible, right? So let's look at the volume profile in Q. There's really not much volume until 21,950. And in a stronger case, it could all the way go back to 22,044, possible too. So anything is possible. There's no, so for me, we loaded some NDX call, right? I loaded some cheap NDX call, 250 point out. So can we, if we pump like $100, $200, really, let's say tomorrow NQ goes to 21,500, 21,950, my call would be actually up for 300 points. My $10 call would become, I don't know, like $10,000. Like $10 would be $1,000, at least 10 times, like 100, like 1,000% at a minimum. So that's why and it's for next Friday. It's not even for Monday. So I have a lot of days that are working to my favor. And that's why I did that NDX call. I don't even remember the strike, but it's in the my tree channel. So that is that. And let's look at the S&P sectors. S&P sectors, I checked the like a sector flow. Money clearly went into XLP utility a little bit, not a lot. And so on the left hand side, right, XLP, we have PG, KO, MO, and it all went pretty good, right? PG gave like somewhere near here, and so it's pretty good return on KO. 60 to 70, that's almost 20% gain, right? MO, 50 have 10% gain plus 8% some dividend, right? So you have a intrinsic value gain and the dividend gain. So by the rate, if market drop more, this guy could come all the way to 58. And then by then you can sell your share and rinse to repeat, right? You've been in this level forever. ExxonMobil, it went from 105 to, it's not huge up, but hey, anything good is good, right? So was given near 80, it went to 89, 10%. So those are the tickers was given for diversification, right? In case market sudden drop, and that proven that we are right. Mali, there's nothing to do anymore. It's totally done. Blew my target. BKNG, I don't like to buy calls on BKNG. And the reason exactly why, look, it went to 5,300 and gave back all this gain. So it may actually come back down lower to the middle before the target is 54.30 something. This is the target. So if it really come back down to this level again, we can go long again. Okay, so go back to the sectors. Healthcare, it looks good. United Healthcare dropped a lot, but actually we've been waiting for that for 60 for a long time. Like for a couple of days, I was like, my gosh, maybe it doesn't come down. And then when Friday morning open, I'm like, oh wow, this is gift. So we went long and I shared in my tree channel. So we did very well on Friday on that. And then this is not computer, like XLRE, what was it? Real estate. Real estate is another sector usually as defensive sector. And it's not bad, like PSA, all that stuff, utility, right? So we did really well on this. I have a little bit PSA, nothing major, so I wouldn't really, but I'll see the other ones, like red. Home builder really taking a hit. Okay, so if you don't want you're holding a losing position for long, then you don't have to get in. I have a little bit of, not a whole lot of position. I have a little bit nail. So I'm fine holding it. And then you really come back down, I will add a little bit more. So that is that, S&P. And let's look at IGWay. So IGWay, we have daily wave 3 down. I'm really hoping it come back down to 93, 90, like 89 area. That would be ideal, but that's like really far. It could just stop here. Like 1, 2, 3 could be just here, and then 4, 5 actually to the 95 like gap fill. Possible. And a couple of tickers that I really like is the ADSK CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike I actually post in the long-term portfolio channel. Is actually daily wave 5 up. Here, it is not a bad place to add your first batch, but you have to wait to see whether market is gonna drop. If market continue dropping, this guy could come back down more. So if you want to get your, a little bit base position here and then add later, it's okay. So, but if you don't want to, you want to wait until later this year, say, hey, I want to, when market drop really low, so I want to somewhere here, like lower Bollinger Bands, let's say, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So ADSK earning, another ticker CDNS is one of my favorite ticker. You can see the downside target is here. So if you don't want to buy here, you want to, okay, I want to buy here. But on the monthly is really not bad. Every time dropping to this level, look at it, get picked up very fast. So monthly target is 345. So if really CDNS come back down to this level, I may actually add a little bit. Usually on monthly chart, this mid band serve as support, but this time actually broke through can easily like just like this and go back up. This month still have a week left, right? Could be just making a hammer and go back up, possible too. Okay, so X of Y, X of Y monthly doesn't look too good, right? We have monthly reversal. You have this is 2, 1, 2, right? We have monthly reversal down. The downside target could be somewhere here. But let's look at weekly. Weekly, usually in the up channel, usually hit in the bullish momentum, like the middle band serve as support. But usually when it's not as bullish, could come back down all the way to here, 195. So Tesla hasn't finished dropping. So I probably want to wait somewhere here to enter. Like so we both have weekly and daily wave time up. XLK is similar to Q, right? We have a squeeze here. You know what's interesting? Even QQQ weekly want to go higher. Let's go back to look at QQQ on weekly. This is ST1, it's fine too. It doesn't look too bad on weekly here. So I'm not super bearish. That's another reason. Let's look at QQQ weekly. It's really not that bad. It's actually way above zero line. And if the drop momentum is not really that big deal. So that's why I'm not that bearish yet. And SOXX weekly chart, the candle, look at that two circle area. It's not that great, right? So every time we have this candle happen, it drops. So the MACD already below zero. This is quite bearish situation. So I'm thinking downside at least to 208, if not lower. SOXX has not been doing so hot compared to SMH. And where is SMH? I'm pretty sure I have SMH here, but I don't see it. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere here because the chart is here. Okay, so SMH have the same look on the weekly. This weekly candle actually more ugly than that one. However, the MACD actually is not that bad and it's under squeeze. Can we actually go shoot up? I know the flow is bearish on NVIDIA, but to be honest, I'm convinced I think NVIDIA earning may actually pop. So that's my feeling. Am I gonna bet on it? No, I'm not gonna bet it. But if it's but if it really go up, then our SOXL AMD will be out benefiting even AVGO, right? Okay, so IBB is one of the ticker has been benefiting from the redrop. And 1, 2, so 3 is going to come back down. And communication usually on the uptrend, the mid band serve as support. But could they come back down all the way? I don't think the drop is over. It's not oversold, and then the drop momentum just getting started. So I'm thinking somewhere here. Financials is not so hot, but I think it's near support. Let's look at the JP Morgan. I actually gave JP Morgan is wave like wave 4 down and then wave 5 up. And so I'm probably interested in at 254 area. to go long. Ideally give us 246. I don't usually buy banks, but this is, if you really come back down to 246 and go to 280, that's more than 20% gain. Actually, it's good, right? And so that's FIT. Transportation is not super good. Probably come back down to retest this and going back up. So all this indices, it's going to have some impact. And let's look at some of the tickers that I'm thinking about doing. So initially, I was thinking just do FNGU and TQQQ, or just FNGU, right? And but this is a wave 4 down, and then going to come back to 5. I'm not really interested at this point. I'm out of position. However, it will come back, revisit this low, and then the time you might want to do something about it. CLH. So weekly, I'm pretty sure we'll come back to 46 area, because here is the first resistance, but you can see clearly wave 5 is the 40 area. And 40 to 46 is really a gap. So I'm thinking CLH can go to 46.5. HIMS, I gave this as a quiz. Not very many people, only one person truly answered. I asked him to post the answer in. So this weekly candle is pretty ugly. And it dropped below 2 up candle, right? 2 up, when you have candle, outside candle, the 50% rule apply. But if you have inside candle, then the 50% rule doesn't apply. So now we have 2 up candle come back down with high probability OC41. I gave this level on daily, said I will wait for this to drop to 44, 45 area, but look like we may actually have a chance of getting lower. And then upside target is 77.50. So now, as a smart investor or trader, from 41 to 77, that's more than 70% gain. So do you want to put all your money in FNGU from 580 to 730? That's about 30% gain. Let me do the math. We should have someone in charge of math, right? 730 minus 580. Divided by 580, so that's 26%. But say if we get in 41, right? 41 or 35, I'll buy the first batch at 41, second batch at 35. Then my average price would be 37, 38. Let's say just 38, right? 77 minus 38 divided by 38. That's 100% gain, guys, right? So we do have the earning coming on Monday morning, and the flow is not super hot, not super bullish. We know why. This candle looks very, very ugly, right? So that's why. Palantir. Palantir is another ticker. It really flew. We started trading Palantir somewhere here. And then we sold it. I don't remember when they sold it. I have to go to the trade channel. Weekly reversal down, two reversal down. In reality, it should come back somewhere 84. At least, even 84, I think is too overpriced. But now it's in the middle of the Bollinger Bands, PLTR. So if markets start turn back up, it could start to go. So hourly time frame, I probably want to wait at least to 80. That's I think is a little bit too high for me. However, I like CVNA. I like CVNA. The drop 1, 2, 3 never finished. Hourly time frame. At support. If the support doesn't hold it, we'll see 213 and 190. But let's look at daily. Daily, it is a good support. It's potential to 12, but it's okay to have a little bit share here. And upside really high. Upside. Okay, so RBLX, we treat this ticker very low too, and that made us very good money. So RBLX daily time frames wave 4 is pretty good support here. However, if losing, dropping below 57.70, then there is a gap. But overall, I like this much better than Palantir, right? And TM. So this is another ticker. We are at weekly. Like if weekly break below 66.28, we could see 52. Then that may not be a super bad place to go long. But go long on this level, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I can pull the trigger. Then, but if you said I don't care, I want to do it, then maybe at least wait to 53. And let's see, can yeah. So daily is at a value very high, and hourly at POC. If you really stay above POC, this is not a bearish chart from this smaller time frame point of view. So and the upside is pretty high. And this may actually be, I'm curious. Let's look at option. This may not be a bad place if you mark it up and you want to do calls on. I want to look at this option chain, see what's happening. SPX option 59.50 has huge okay, this we are here. So let's look at it. 59.50 have a lot of volume and OI. So let's look at TM. So 28. 28 maybe 100 will be 90. Have a very good volume and OI and 80. And 98, that's my target, 98. Let's look at the March. March volume actually be smaller. Yeah, probably I will wait for like 53 area, this area. But if you want to, yeah, this kind of ticker can be quite scary actually. So for me, I'm probably gonna do the FNP. I want to do HIMS. I've been this shareholder for years. I had a 3,000 shares from 14, and I sold at 35. I don't know why. And then I did it again recently, and I'm out. So I want to get back in. If they can really come back down to 28, that would be really good. I would buy more of this than probably some FNGU too, right? Okay, so let's go back to market. I already typed everything out, and ES could drop any moment. 15, 30, 2 hour, 4 hour. You know what I really like about this? Even 4 hour, the downside is really just 60, 17. That tells me the drop is not going to be super deep this run right now. I mean, the coming week. So that's what I like about it. And then 15 minutes could reverse down, and it looked like it wants to reverse down here. Looks like. And if you want to give a try, shorting is fine. I don't like to have future position on at night. I can't sleep. I always check charts. So anyway, that's it for tonight. And you want to decide which ticker you want to go with. I already bought the FNGO on Friday. I bought a little bit TNA. Um, Dell. Let's look at Dell. I went through so many tickers. I took a lot of notes. Okay, Dow is bullish. Uh, like I saw a lot of call options on Friday, but I went through the charts. The only thing I really do like, based on the flow and the technical analysis together, it's really just the one feature I really like, PLTR. PLTR has like 180 call. And MS is not too bad, but so far this week I'm just gonna watch what market doing. And if market is dropping to 61.17, I would probably draw a white line here, 61.17. White color is the target. I give a little bit more thickness, so that's my target. I would probably go long from here, like give a try on long. And so because daily, we need to have another leg up yet to make daily wave 4, right? So the wave 2, basically wave 4. Okay, so that's it. Smaller time frame, all the way to 4 hours, we see downside to 60.17. And then we may actually have one more leg up, and then we'll short the mark again. And I hope I'm clear. And if you have questions, you can always ask. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.